Just like that, I told you I'd be back. So now we are on episode 2, which is called Command slash Crash. And the way, well, they spelled command C, they abbreviated it and spelled it Cmnd, and then they had the colon and the like backward slash, I guess you could say. Yeah, the backward slash, not the forward one, but the backward slash, and then the word crash. Now, this takes place in Richmond, Virginia, at some random amusement park. And basically, what happened was, I got it on pause right now. Basically, what happened was this guy. He found a way to hack into the roller coaster system from outside of the park. And so what he did was so with the first roller coaster carts, the ride had stopped, the ride had finished, people were getting off, and there was this guy who got off first. It was this couple in front, and the guy got off first, and he had turned around and he was about to propose. He was proposing to his wife, and I think he was recording it on his phone or whatever, or somebody was recording it. Or I think the amusement park's security camera had caught the crash, and I think either he was also, I think the guy who was proposing to his girlfriend, he was recording it for her reaction or whatever. So she was just, she was so, shocked, and she was just like, "Oh, babe, da 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 da." Hold on, let me play it right quick. So yeah, as I was saying, the first people they had got done, well, hold on, let me actually put this on pause again. They had got done, or whatever, and they was about to get off. However, in the episode, when we see the people on the roller coaster, riding the ride, simultaneously at the same time, we see the hacker. We see his face or whatever. We see the hacker, and pretty much he is in his garage of his house, and he's created like a exact mold of the roller coaster. So he's basically the roller coaster, the little toy roller coaster at his house is going at the same time as the one at the amusement park. So it's like they're going at the same time, real time, real lifetime, in real life, whatever, IRL, whatever, So pretty much he was watching that or whatever, and it was a practice run, and he pretty much saw where the both sets of carts had crashed at the end. So once he saw that his little toy had worked, he then did the same. He then had pulled out his phone and he hacked the system from within. Now, as I was saying, the people, of course, everybody was clapping, cheering the people on who had got off. The guy pressed the buzzer to stop the ride, lock it in, and so everybody was getting off. And in the midst of getting off, they saw that the other car was coming in and it was about to crash, and everybody was screaming and running and everybody was screaming and losing their mind, and then bam, it crashed. There was blood everywhere. There were a few casualties. One of them being the girl who was being proposed to. She got killed, and then a guy's son, he had got killed. A father, he lost his son who had got killed. Yeah, there were a few casualties here and there, some broken bones and all that stuff. People were injured, and it was just crazy. So, pretty much moving forward, we then see Brody. He is at his apartment, and he hears his car alarm go off, and he's just like, "Wait a minute, what the hell is going on?" So he rushes outside in nothing but shorts and some shoes and a windbreaker jacket, like a windbreaker orange jacket or whatever, and he sees that it's none other than Special Agent Ryan. Now, she pretty much was just sitting on his car, letting him know that, he was trying to turn off his car or whatever because it was going off. Little does he know she had hacked it from her phone. So he was just like, "Wait a minute, how did you hack my car?" It's like, it only took 5 minutes to get the password to your car, and load the app that allowed me to remotely take over and control your car. Now, basically, she was just letting him know that she was just basically she was Avery Ryan. She was just letting him know that you cannot be working with us and still associating with former well-known felons. Basically, long story short, Brody's girlfriend is also a black hat hacker. She is a current one, not a former / reformed one like he is. So pretty much she's just letting his ass know you either get rid of her or you can end up going to jail because you're not supposed to be associating with her. You know, it's basically like you ain't supposed to be within 5 feet of any of these, you know, black hat hackers out here. You need to either dump her or you know, something got to give, because if you want this deal to be, you know, squeaky clean and you don't want to be sent to jail, I suggest you either break up with her, whatever, drop her, lose her somehow, some way. So, you know, pretty much, and he was just like, you know, hey, like, I'm no longer the same Brody. He was like, I'm no longer the same Brody, you know, Nelson that you know or whatever. And it's like, you know, basically he was explaining that it's hard for him to separate his old life from his new life. But she was just letting him know you can't be straddling both worlds. Like, you know, it doesn't work that way. When you're working at the, there we go, we're looking at the subtitles, the cyber division, there we go. Basically, you know, you either break up with her or, you know, you go to jail, and it's just like that. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts, you know, so it's basically like, what you gonna do? Seriously, what you gonna do? So, you know, and then he, as she was walking off, because she also had some coffee, so she gave him a cup of coffee, and she had her cup of coffee as she walked off. She was just like, he was like, hey, how did you know I was here? Really? She was waiting on you at the door. So, anyway, we then see Simon and Avery. They are walking in to the office, and they just got word about the crash that happened over in Virginia at the amusement park with the coaster. And to be honest with you, man, this episode, listen, for those of y'all that love to go to amusement parks, I'm one of them. This episode will make you want to kind of I'm telling you, this show alone, CSI Cyber, it really makes you rethink using the internet and using technology the way that we do, because it's just, you know, it's just so crazy with all the firewalls and all the backdoors and the easy access, and just this is just a side note. Let me just put this on pause. This is just a side note. It's just so crazy, you know. It's just so crazy because you just never know. The stuff that we hold in our hand and carry around with us, you know, just tell the TVs, even the Xbox Connects. It's so crazy. Like, it's such a scary, crazy world we live in, and it's sad that even the most craziest, psychotic motherfuckers somehow got access to technology. It's crazy, and it's just, you know, be careful. That's all I gotta say. Hold on. So yeah, So this episode kind of made me rethink, you know, wanting to go to an amusement park anytime soon. I mean, child, if I do, I'm gonna just go for the fucking funnel cakes and cotton candy. You feel me? I'm gonna just go for the funnel cakes and cotton candy and call it a day. Listen, I'll ride the little carousel merry-go-round if I got to. Hell, that's the least. That's the most safe. Anyway, so Avery Ryan is actually, before she goes into the office, she is talking with Elijah Mondo, who is played by James Van Der Beek, and pretty much his character is, I believe for the most part, he's a single father, and he's had him and his wife, they've been divorced for a while now or whatever, and he is pretty much, you know, he was raising his daughter up until this point where I think the mother got custody back from her or whatever, but he still gets to visit her. And so he was showing her a little, you know, bracelet that his daughter had made for him at school or whatever. And they were, you know, having a little laugh and a little awe moment. So that was like a little cute moment or whatever. And so they were just, you know, talking about that and just, so him and his wife have been divorced or whatever. So it's like, you know, he has the week's schedule where he gets to see her and all that stuff, and just, you know, he's going through his own little struggle, his own drama, if you will, because he's just going through his own little trouble, if you will, throughout this episode, being without his daughter full time. So, you know, it sucks for him, and we get to see him go through that little struggle. Pretty much, he is while he's walking into the office, he's met by none other than our favorite character, Daniel Kermitz. Anyway, and they were pretty much walking into the office, and Daniel found out that him and Brody are going to be working together in the tear down room, whatever the hell he called it, the tearing down room, some shit. They're gonna be working together in the room with all the computers, and again, it's crazy how he's treating her this way. He's treating him. It's crazy how Daniel is treating Brody this way, but it makes me wonder, did he treat Raven the same way as well? Because I think she also works in the same room that Brody is now about to work in. And so, of course, Daniel found a problem with that, and it's just like, shut your ass up. Like, you mad because you're working with a former black hat hacker? I mean, Raven she's also a former black hat hacker. Did you treat her the same way? Seriously, because it's bullshit how he's treating him. But anyway, moving forward. So pretty much, they were looking at the surveillance cameras and everything, and they were looking at what was all going on, and the park security and everything. They were saying that there were no known threats, and there was no ransom demand, so they don't know how, Oh, and there was no public claim or responsibility, so it was just like, they're thinking that, okay, this wasn't motivated. This was probably somebody trying to get notoriety and be notorious for, hacking, causing systems to hack. Pretty much, they were looking at the system on the computer, and they were seeing that, basically, here's the thing, what they didn't know is that the hacker made it look as though he never even hacked the system. He's that good to where it looked like, the fail safes on the ride had failed all on their own. It's like he made it so it looked like nobody ever breached the system, nobody ever breached the computer. So pretty much he was covering up his IP address and all that stuff, and he pretty much was covering everything up. You know what I'm saying? He covered his tracks. So, he was covering his tracks. Oh, okay. So actually, okay. Let me backtrack a little bit. So the couple who I thought were on the roller coaster ride together, they actually weren't. The boyfriend was recording his girlfriend and one of her good girls, who they were on the roller coaster ride. And so when they had got off, the girlfriend's friend had got off first, and he pulled out the ring and he was proposing to her and stuff like that while she was getting off. And so and the girlfriend's name was Sarah, and so he was proposing to her while she was getting off, and then that's when the roller coaster ride crashed, and then she had basically, when it had hit, because she was in the first, her and her friend were in the first cart. Her friend had got out, so she was the only one who was still in the first cart. So when the other cart had crashed into that one, she had flew back in a sense, and I think what killed her was probably whiplash, and she probably cracked her spine in several places. I think that's all what had happened and ended up killing her. And the name of the amusement park is Thrill County Amusement Park in Richmond, Virginia. And so pretty much they were reading the report and the eyewitness accounts and how people were saying they heard screaming and somebody broke their wrist, somebody hurt their legs. We were lucky, but others weren't. We weren't even supposed to be here. We were just out for a drive, and just, people just, with the incident happening, a lot of people were just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think this is actually the guy. Isn't this the guy who they end up finding out? I feel like this one guy who the cops were talking to earlier. I feel like this one guy, I feel like he was the one who we ended up finding out was the hacker. Anyway, yeah, it was different eyewitness accounts. People were just like, they showed the part where the father was just talking about how, his son who passed away, he was one of the people who died in the crash. He was just like, if only I would have told my son no, but he was asking for just 10 more minutes at the park, and just, he was very regretful and remorseful, like, why didn't I say no, and just, oh man, it's sad. But anyway, so then after she's done reading the reports, the eyewitness accounts, Agent Ryan, she is met by Elijah, and he pretty much, they were talking for a minute, and then they got a phone call, and well, not they, but he got a phone call. Oh no, yeah, they got a phone call, and 2 of the 4 victims that were in critical condition, they had died at the hospital. And pretty much they were saying, again, as I said earlier, this was where they were just like, well, there were no indications that it was hacked or anything, blah, blah, blah. And so, there you have it. Hold on. Oh Lord, there we go. Anyway, also a little side note. Oh, say yeah. So Sarah, the girl who died in the crash, her boyfriend Alex, who I think is the one. I think Alex is the one who we end up finding out is he was the hacker who caused this. Pretty much. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So Special Agent Avery Ryan. What I noticed about her is that she is very good at body language. Like in the first episode, what I didn't mention was that when they were not interrogating but asking the parents of the child who got kidnapped, the little baby, when they were asking the parents questions, she was talking to the mother 101. She looked dead into her eyes and looked at different body language and how she like did like this with scratching her arm and just move. Just she paid a very close attention to body language because that's as an investigator you're supposed you have to be able to read people not in a comedical sense, but you got to be able to because any criminal can look like an average Joe, a regular Jane Doe, John Doe. What I'm saying. Any criminal knows how to be being a criminal is like being a chameleon. You have to be able to blend in to different circumstances and areas. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, oh, I'm so tired, so tired, so tired. Anyway, again, y'all, I'm sorry if it looks like I'm sort of out of it or whatever. I'm trying to stick through it. We are at 16 minutes. Okay, yes. It's just on commercial for right now. Trying to see. I might just, like, you know what I said, like, I'll probably give y'all 2, if not 3 of the episodes out tonight. So after this one, I think I'll probably be done. American Crime, I might try to take care of that on maybe Sunday, and I'll try to maybe take care of some of it depending on when I get back tomorrow. I'm going out. Never mind, that's another story for another time. Probably won't share it. It's nothing against y'all, but I don't know. So just know I'm going out. That's all. Nothing special. Just movies and yeah, that's about it. Just the movies and just chilling. So, ooh, I'm so damn tired. Shit, I forgot y'all was here. I'm just so damn tired. Oh boy, you know what? One thing I can say about commercials is sometimes they can run long as shit. I'm just saying. So yeah, let me see, because I feel like Alex, who was the boyfriend of the woman that died, I feel like hold on. So that I'll put that on pause. So pretty much Brody and Daniel, they were reviewing the scene of the crime and looking at the crash, the crash carts, and just looking at everything. And Brody was just so shocked, and he was just like frozen in a sense, because he was just thinking like, damn, like, do y'all, he was pretty much he was talking to Daniel about, damn, do y'all have to deal with this every day, people dying and, all this stuff. And Daniel was just like, hey, this job ain't for everybody. It is what it is. And, of course, Brody could tell that Daniel wasn't really trying to talk to him at all. He's not really enthusiastic that he's working with a former / reformed criminal. And again, it's just like, Daniel, your plate, and that's very funny, your plate is not the cleanest at this table, so let's not act like our dishes, let's everybody not act like our dishes are all clean. Just saying. So there's that. But anyway, as I was saying earlier, yes, basically the hacker had made it look like he never hacked the system. So he was undetected, and so therefore, he was undetected, and so therefore he made it like he never hacked the damn system. So it was just like, well, damn, what the fuck? So it was just so crazy because it kind of threw the whole team for a loop, if you will, because damn, like, this motherfucker was smart. This motherfucker is smart. Like, these hackers are really smart, and that's the crazy part too, because it's like, I don't know if that's like some type of subliminal message or whatever, but it's always like in every movie or TV show that's dealing with crime, involving hacking or computer cyber crime, or even just murderers in general, they are always very intelligent. intelligent to the point where it's damn near scary. Like you would have thought that these people take like some psychology classes in college or whatever, or just read up on psychology, and they just bam are instantly damn near. You would think they got their damn masters. Anyway, so yeah, they pretty much were just looking, and it was just so crazy because it was like, well, how the hell did this guy, how the hell did this man or woman, because you never know, the hacker could be male or female. It was just like, how can this guy, how did this person, hack the system? You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn, like, how and why? So girl, what the hell is this? Shit, anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm actually trying to look. I'm reading up someone else's review right quick because I think that the guy Alex who was proposing to Sarah, the guy, I think he was the one who had hacked the system. I don't know. Oh, also they had found out that the hacker must have used a fake scanner. So he must have used a fake like employee scanner where you have, the employees have to scan their cards to check in or whatever through the turnstile, and they were thinking that he used a fake one, and from that one he made copies of every employee's cards, so that whoever card let him into the booth where he could hack the system. There's where he, that's how he did it, and then backtracked himself and made it like, oh shit, I was never here type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there we go. Alex Davis, that's the guy. So pretty much they then find out that I think he's the one that they end up finding out that I think they end up finding out he was the one who, let me see. Well, never mind. No, I think that the reason why his name came up, it was probably because I think he was an employee or whatever. But anyway, long story short, so they end up finding this website. It's like a chat room, if you will, and this chat room is full of hackers or whatever who who basically they get off, which is pretty. They get off to people dying and seeing blood, guts, and gore. Is they basically categorize it as gore porn. So it's basically like this gore porn form, and they find out, they pretty much see this. They find a video of the crash. They find the video of the crash, and they see that people are talking about it, and they pretty much want to see another crash like that happen, because this is how these motherfuckers, these sick, twisted motherfuckers, get their damn rocks off. So they find out what's going on, and so Brody, he takes it upon himself, and then Brody takes it upon himself, and he enters the forum so that he can find the ringleader, in a sense, the guy who's like, I guess no, not the ringleader, but he goes to find the guy who uploaded the footage of the crash, because they find out that he said that he's going to cause another event. So he's going to hack another system. It could be some buses, it could be another roller coaster, it could be some trains. And they end up, long story short, they end up finding out that it's the subway system in, I think, in Richmond, Virginia, the subway system. They end up finding out that he's going to hack that and cause that to crash. So basically, Brody goes in there and he creates a fake persona. His name on the site is Naughty99, and pretty much he talks to this user whose username is Otto, just Otto, whatever. And pretty much he was baiting him to talk about the crime or whatever, and just basically Agent Ryan was just coaching Brody through this, to how to talk to him and just tell him that, like, she was telling Brody to tell Otto that, oh, I'm incredibly aroused by your promise of a spectacular event, and seeing crashes turns me on, blah blah blah. Anyway, while they are in the system, they end up while they are so close to catching the guy and catching his location, finding out where he is, they ended up getting kicked out of the site, which sucks. And so then they have to backtrack, and then they have to be like, okay, well, they find out, no, let me backtrack again. They find out the crash is not in Virginia, but there's going to be a subway crash over in Boston. So they have to head up over there to Boston, and they are pretty much racing against the clock. Now, mind you, they're at the train stop, they're at the train station, and pretty much they end up, they pretty much we see a mother and a daughter. They're getting on the train, and a guy held the door for them, and the guy who held the door for them, this was the guy who was pretty much, about to set the trap. He hacked into the train. This is where the shit gets really, this is where it got too real. He hacked into the train system, and basically he was about to cause two trains to basically crash into each other. So when he crashed into the train system, basically he made the train skip past the stop that it was approaching, and so people were just like, oh, damn, we missed our train or whatever. Mind you, they didn't know that train, had they would have known what happened, they probably would have been glad they missed that motherfucker. Anyway, so pretty much, let's see, what else happened? Trying to think. Okay, so yeah, they found out the guy, he was gonna cause a crash in Boston, and damn, do I gotta get the dough? Shit. Hold on, y'all. What's it? Sorry about that, y'all. The fucking distraction. Oh, never mind. I thought it was a comment on the video. I got excited. Anyway, damn. So yeah, they found out the hacker, Otto, who was on the site. They found out he was gonna cause another crash in Boston. They were racing against the clock. Basically, it was Elijah and Special Agent Ryan. They were pretty much at the train station. And I think, let me see, was Brody with them? I don't think so. No, Brody wasn't with them. Elijah had hopped on the cart, the train that was hacked or whatever, that was about to crash, and he basically, stopped it. What he did was he had stopped it by, he went to the very last cart, he opened up the back door, and pretty much he had went under the train and saw like this transmitter or whatever that was like put on the bottom of it where the box is, where all the wires and stuff was at, and pretty much he had cracked it open, and it was like on some Mission Impossible type shit. He almost could have died. He could have fell off and he could have got half his face erased and brain cracked, whatever. He could have almost died. So what he did was he took his daughter's bracelet, and he had used that to he took that, and along with not a bobby pin, paper clip. He took his daughter's bracelet and a paper clip, and what he did was he cut the wires, cut the cord or the little box or whatever it is, the transmitter, and stopped the train from crashing, because they pretty much, before that, to backtrack, they had stopped the train for like a few minutes, for like a minute, damn near 50 seconds or less, and they had got as many people as they could off the train, and so the mother and daughter who were on the train, they pretty much, the mother had got off, but she was trying to go back for her daughter, but it was too late because the hacker had got back into the system. This was before Elijah had saved the day. Anyway, this is before, he had saved the day, Anyway, he had got back into the system, closed the door, and closed the doors, and the train took off. And so, you know, as I said, Agent Mondo, Elijah Mondo, Agent Mondo, he had pretty much went to the last cart. He had a paperclip and his daughter's bracelet. Used that to hack into to crack open the thing, split the wires, cross-reference the wires. Oh, wait a minute. It wasn't. I'm looking at this picture right now. It wasn't a paperclip. He used a clothes hanger because somebody was carrying their clothes from the dry cleaners with them or whatever they were carrying at home, and so he used that. Oh shit. There we go. He used he used the hanger and his he used a clothes hanger, a t-shirt hanger to be specific, and he used his daughter's bracelet. He used that, cracked the thing, and just, you know, cut the wires, and bam, whew, they saved the day, and they pretty much got everybody off the train or whatever. And then they saw the guy Otto, who was the one who was about to cause the crash, and they pretty much got his ass. They got him. You know, he was trying to make a run for it, and they pretty much, boop, got his ass and arrested him, and, you know, hey, to get him out of here. So, you know, there you go. They saved the day yet again, and that is episode 2 of CSI Cyber. This has been Prince Onyx. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I apologize if my attitude or my mood or my voice didn't sound like up to par, like I wasn't excited, but I really am. I apologize for that. You know, just fucking sinuses and pollen and whew, I love spring because that's, you know, the prequel to summer, but child, the damn sinuses, Lord help me. Whew. I'll have to pray to the healer God, I swear. Listen, just saying. Anyway, with that being said, this is Prince Onyx. I'm signing off. You know, again, if you guys watch the show, let me know what you think. And if you don't watch the show, you know, I hope that you guys get into it. A new episode comes on Wednesday. Yes, I believe it comes on the 8th. Let me actually backtrack and check for you guys. Let me check right quick. Yes, a new episode is coming on Wednesday. So yeah, so it comes on every Wednesday. Yeah, the Wednesday is the 8th. Yeah, this is April. Yes. Yeah, April. So new episode comes on every Wednesday at on CBS. I was about to say CSB. What the fuck is CSB? Anyway, there could be a station with that out there. I'm just saying. But anyway, CBS. It comes on every Wednesday at I think either 8:30 or 9:30, whatever Central Time, whatever your times is. You know, East Coast, West Coast, North, South, whatever, Midwest, wherever you at in the country. I was about to say the world. Anyway, whatever. So yeah, with that being said, this is Prince Onyx, and I am signing off, so I will see you guys a little bit later. Deuces. Peace.